I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to Out of the Park Baseball 21, as we are going to sim through the 2020 season and see who it is that's going to win. We signed ourselves on the day we were all waiting for, but may never happen, opening day of the 2020 season. We're going to see what happens this episode. Now, I should say, if you are new to the channel, just discovering me, please do make sure you subscribe. We're going to be playing through, as we'll have Let's Plays with a club. We'll do a few other things as well. So yeah, make sure you're subscribing, ring the bell so you don't miss out on any Out of the Park Baseball action. But yeah, here we are. What we'll do is we'll also stop at the All-Star game, see who got picked in the All-Star game, who won the All-Star game. It'll be a nice little way to sort of check how the standings are midway through as well. And then at the end of the season, as well as discovering the World Series champions, we'll see what players picked up the individual gongs, your Golden Gloves, your Cy Youngs, your MVPs, all those sorts of things. So, let's not waste any time. Let's get simming. I'll see you back at the All-Star break. Okay, welcome back. A small detour. I thought we'd stop and have a look at the first-year player draft on our way to the All-Star break. So let's have a quick look here. First round, first pick to the Detroit Tigers, Austin Martin, a 21-year-old out of college, and he does look quite the potentially wonderful player there. Shortstop, third baseman. There we go, Austin Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Second pick went to the Baltimore Orioles, Jordan Walker. We can see him there, another very good-looking third baseman, particularly with the bat, if not defensively. And the third pick was Asa Lassie. Again, a really, really good starting pitcher. This guy looks, doesn't he? One for the future there. And you can see the other names. We won't go through all of them. Fourth pick was Emerson Hancock. He went off to, where did he go? I've missed the club there. Anyway, another good starting pitcher. He went to the Kansas City Royals. Toronto Blue Jays got Nick Gonzalez. Another, again, look at that, attacking with the bat. Very good-looking second baseman. And you can see the rest of the names there. I'll leave it paused for you. And we'll scroll down and have a look at the supplementary first-round picks there. And you can kind of go down and see any names that are of interest to you there. And there's the full second round for you as well. All right, onwards to the All-Star game. Alright, here we are at the All-Star Prospects game. A few names I recognize here from Out of the Park 20 series. Andre Jimenez, of course, we had him at the Mets for a while. He starts at the Mets, I think. Alec Thomas, who we had at the Mets for a bit. That's it for the American League. So for the National League, it looks like the American League is the stronger team. Evan White, who was in our Seattle Mariners franchise. Jared Kalanick, who was in our World Series winning Seattle Mariners team. That's pretty much all the names I recognize from Out of the Park 20, though. Let's see who wins. So here we go, in a high-scoring affair. It was the National League Future All-Stars that won 13-11. Look at this, 5 runs in the second, 7th in the 6th. The American League came back 7 runs in the last 2 innings. That's something that our pitching staff at the Mariners would have done. There's all the sort of ins and outs of the sort of the batting side of things. Were there any home runs or grand slams or anything? Let's have a look here. Home runs, that's none on, no. Alec Thomas with no one on, and no. So no grand slams, but lots and lots of home runs hit. Runs scored, I should say, not home runs hit. Lynch had an absolute nightmare. 5 runs in his innings. 0.1 of an innings, 5 runs for Lardner. I'm going to suggest, not a great day out for him. And on the National League side of things, it was Bednar, 2.2 innings, 6 earned runs, that had a bad day out, as did, what's that, Kieran? 0.0 of 2/3 of an innings, 3 earned runs for him. So that's the future All-Stars taken care of. Let's have a look now at the Home Run Derby, or Derby, depending on where in the world you're from. So this is it here. We've got Trout versus Torres. We've got Abreu versus Renfroe. Apologies if I've mispronounced that. We've got Machado versus Donaldson, and we have got Reyes versus Stanton. Where's my boy Blue? No Pete Alonso this time. All right, so let's play this round and see who wins. All right, so Torres has beaten Trout 22-23. I went into the thing accidentally there, so that's why it looks a little bit weird. All right, let's sim. Abreu, 14, versus Renfroe, 15. So Hunter Renfroe, I've mispronounced that horribly, haven't I? It's Moncada. He gets 18 up against Donaldson, who gets 13. So Moncada goes through. It's Reyes, 18, and Stanton, 19. So there we go. We've got 2 Yankees through. What's going on here? All right, no one likes the Yankees. It's Torres. He gets 10. Hunter Renfroe gets 8. So Torres goes through. Moncada, 15. Stanton, choking with emotion here, gets 14. So it's not quite an all-New York final. Torres, 21. Moncada, Moncada, we have to play it. Why do we have to play it? Oh, there we go. We don't have to play it. It is Moncada 20. So it is Torres that wins the home run derby this season. All right, absolutely seamless stuff going on here. All right, here we go with the Major League All-Star Game teams. We can see here, this is the American League roster. So, we've scrolled a little bit too far there. So it is Shane Bieber, Garrett Cole. It is Marco Gonzalez, all from the Mariners, of course. We have Andrew Heaney. We have Shane Monet. Again, pronunciations will be incorrect. We have Shui Otani. We have James Paxson. We have Anthony Banda. We have Richard Blera, is it? We have Framba Valdez. We have Nick Whitgreen. Ken Giles, Giles, I think you pronounce that. Jose Leclerc. We have Mitch Grava. We have Yazami Grandel. Recognize that name from Out of the Park 20. We have Gary Sanchez. We have Jordan Alvarez. We have Carlos Santana. DJ Lemieux. Jonathan Schupp. We have Aaron Bregman. We have Josh Donaldson. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Juan Moncada, Jose Ramirez, Xander Bogaerts, Jose Iglesias. We have Francesco Lindor, Adalberto Monti. We have JD Martinez. We have Austin Meadows, Giancarlo Stanton, Brian Buxton, Mike Trout, and Aaron Judge. That was seamless, wasn't it? And now we go through a painful National League lineup here. It's DeGrom, it is Flaherty, it is Kevin Grassman, David Price, Robbie Ray, Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, Michael Baetz, Jesus Christ, Buzzer Gratterol, Kwang Hyun Kim, Alec Mills. We have Nick Vincent, Kirby Yates, Tucker Bernhardt, Francesco Meyer, JT Ramundo, Freddie Freeman, Paul Goldschmidt, Ozzy Albies, Starlin, that's controversial, Castro, Jerickson Profar, is it? Nolan Arando, Chris Bryant, Miguel Roaz, Ahmed Rosario. Go on, Mets. I've given my allegiance there, haven't I? Trevor Story, Fernando Tatis Jr., David Dahl, Marcel Onzo, Juan Soto, Christian Yelich, Corey Bellinger, Mookie Betts, go on Mookie, and Trent Grissom. That's the lineups. Let's see who wins the game. So it is a 9-5 win for the National League. And I don't usually win, I don't think, do they? 7 runs in the 4th innings. Look at that. There was a 3-run home run by Goldschmidt in that 4th innings, along with Fernando Tatis Jr., getting a double and some other scores there, no doubt. This is how the players all went. I'm not going to go through all those names again. That was painful enough for us all the first time. But you can see how everybody did there. Who played, who didn't, and if we just quickly scroll down to the pitching side of things, if you need to have a little bit longer, maybe just give it a quick pause, and there we go. That is the pitching side of things. It was Valdez, 0.1 innings, 7 earned runs. Hang your head in shame, mate. Absolutely outrageous. All right, now we're going to have a look at the standings as well, don't we? Because there's obviously a baseball season going on here, and this is how the standings sit. The Yankees are the best team in baseball right now, I believe. Yes, they are quite some distance as well. And yeah, a bit of daylight back to the rest of their division. The Indians lead the way in the Central, AL Central, I should say, just half a game ahead of the Minnesota Twins. The Astros are ahead of the Angels. That's a competitive division, isn't it? And everybody else there is a fair ways back. You can see the wild card race there as well. In the National League, it is the Braves ahead of the Nationals, and then you'd say the Phillies and Mets are still just about in touch. The Cardinals, what a sloppy division this is. Only playing 500, yet top of the division. But the Reds, the Pirates, and the Cubs, and the Brewers are all right there as well. So it's not very high standard, but it is competitive. And then the Padres are 1.5 games ahead of the Dodgers. And then the Diamondbacks kind of just hanging on. And then the Rockies and Giants look like they're done for the season already. All right, that's the halfway point. Let's go and see who made the playoffs. Alright, the regular season has now finished, and it is, well, the Yankees absolutely running away with it. There were a couple of teams who got to 100 wins. The Yankees with 109 did have the most wins in baseball this season. The Astros snuck over 100, just one game, look at that, ahead of the Angels. Also cracking the 100 mark are the Dodgers and the Padres. You really want to be in the West, don't you, if you want to see good baseball this season, it looks like. So Yankees absolutely walked away with the AL East. The Indians just about snuck over the line. How are they half a game ahead? That doesn't make sense. moment. Anyway, they just snuck over the line ahead of the Minnesota Twins, and the Astros, a game snuck into it again against the LA Angels. So it's the Angels and the Twins that will be playing off in the wild card game to keep their seasons alive. Maybe the disappointments, Toronto Blue Jays finishing bottom of their division. They're a good young team, aren't they? I would have expected maybe a little bit more from them. But otherwise, not that I'm a particular expert on baseball, but nothing else there really stands out to me. Go over to the National League. The Braves won the East. Another season disappointment for my beloved Mets. The Cardinals just about got there in the end over the Cincinnati Reds. And look at this. 2 teams over the 100. And the Dodgers, they got there ahead of the Padres, who will face the wild card game against the Philadelphia Phillies. Looking at this, I think the neutral's favorite, I think, would be a Yankees-Dodgers World Series, and what a blockbuster series that would be as well. All right, let's head to the postseason. And here we go. Here is the completed divisional series roster. The Angels beat the Twins, as you'd imagine they would have done, and the Padres beat the Phillies again. Regular season form, that is how things should have played out. So, just as done in the wildcard games, let's get to simming this first round of the divisional series, see who goes on to the championship series. Alright, a few surprises here, I'm going to say. The Yankees sweep the Angels. Given their regular season form, the Angels were a really good team, so to be swept is perhaps a surprise. The Astros lost to the Indians, which is a shock, surely, though they don't have their cameras, so maybe that's cost them out there. The Angels swept the Padres again. They were both over 100 games this year. A sweep is perhaps a surprise, and the Cardinals swept the Braves. So not really, only really the one series that was tight for the divisional series. Let's have a look and see who's going to the World Series now. So here we go. After a 2 nail-biting series, the Yankees sneak past the Indians in 7, and the Cardinals, somewhat surprisingly, I've got to say, based on regular season form, they knock out the Dodgers, so we have a New York Yankees St. Louis Cardinals World Series. Let's see who the champions are. So there we have it. The evil empire strikes again. It was a 7-game nail-biting series. It was the home teams winning every game until Game 7, where the Yankees snuck over the Cardinals. So it's the New York Yankees that win the 2020 season. Nobody wanted that except for Yankees fans, but there we go. Out of the Park Baseball 21 says the Yankees are this year's champions. All right, that's the season done. Let's have a quick look, though, at who won the individual awards. Alright, let's start with the Golden Gloves, and we can see here who all the Golden Glove winners were. This is, of course, the American League. You can see there, I'm not going to try and pronounce names. I think we fell for that in the All-Star game. That didn't really work for anybody, did it? And then the National League side of things, we can see there, none of my beloved Mets. Mookie Betts, go on Mookie. There we go. So that is the Golden Gloves. Next up, it is the Reliever of the Year. So Ken Giles of the Yankees, he wins the Reliever of the Year. Let's have a quick look at his numbers. Where are we here? He got traded from the Toronto Blue Jays into the New York Mets, and well, we don't really see combined numbers there, but it looks as though he did have a relatively decent season. And then on the National League side of things, the winner was Will Smith of the Atlanta Braves, also of the of the Seattle Mariners. If you watch my other Park 20 series, he went, what did he do here? 2.21 ERA, a WAR of 2.4, ERA plus over 200. Yeah, I'm going to say he had a pretty good season. That's the Reliever of the Year. Next up, it is the Rookie of the Year. No, it's not. It's the Platinum Sticks. So we can have a look at all the numbers here. These are the numbers for the American League. We can see everybody there. Quite a few Yankees in that bunch, isn't there? And then for the National League, again, just pause if you need a little bit longer to look at the numbers. We can see here, this is the numbers here for the National League. And again, none of my beloved Mets. All right, next up, it is the Rookie of the Year. So the American League Rookie of the Year is Adley Rutschman. That guy, we'll have a look at him. He is the catcher for the Baltimore Orioles, and quite a season he had as well. WAR of 3.1, look at that. Batting average of 277. Knocked himself in 22 home runs and 63 RBIs. I'm going to say that's a relatively decent first season in Major League Baseball. We have a quick look at the National League side of things, and it is Gavin Lux of the LA Dodgers, it will be, won't it? That takes home the gong for the National League. And another quick look here, a second baseman, obviously a very, very high potential player there. What did he do here? He had a WAR of 3.9, a batting average of 275. He knocked in 18 home runs, 74 RBIs. And again, I'm going to say a pretty good season there on debut for Gavin Lux. All right, the next award is the Cy Young. Let's see who claims that. No, it's not Cy Young, it's Manager of the Year. What are we doing here tomorrow? Manager of the Year. They've changed their setup up here and it's confusing me. All right, it is New York Yankees Aaron Boone that wins the American League Manager of the Year, which is fair enough given that they won the World Series and won over 100 games in the season. And it is Dave Roberts of the LA Dodgers that is the National League Manager of the Year. All right, next up it is the Cy Young Award. So it is Andrew Heaney of the Heaney of the LA Angels that wins the Cy Young Award. You can see the rest of the voting there. He was a pretty convincing winner, though. Let's have a quick look at him. Attributes don't actually look fantastic, but ERA of 2.82. Where are we here? WHIP of under 1 and WAR of 3.3. And then you can see the ERA plus there of 1.72 as well. So good numbers, if not necessarily a great picture to look at in terms of attributes. And if we go and have a look at the National League side of things, it was Jacob deGrom. Finally, one of my Mets gets a mention, and Syndergaard got there in third place as well. And, well, deGrom, even I know all about deGrom, and I don't know that much. 2.61 ERA. What have we got here? 236 strikeouts, WHIP of a smidge over 1, WAR of 6.5. Have some of that. Excellent stuff by Mr. deGrom. All right, the final award is the MVP. Let's see who won those. So the MVP of the American League is, maybe unsurprisingly, Mike Trout. He had 30 first place picks and almost double the votes of second place. So a very, very decisive winner on this occasion. Look at all those numbers. 10.4 WAR. What is this guy on? Absolutely unbelievable numbers. What he hits, 57 home runs, 121 RBIs. Absolutely outstanding stuff from Mike Trout. He is just a wonderful player of the game of baseball, isn't he? And if we have a quick look at the National League side of things, and it is Mookie. Mookie Betts gets the win. Again, very, very comprehensive. Not quite double the next best, but yeah, Mookie Betts, again, just a wonderful player of the game of baseball, isn't he? 8.4 WAR, batting average 324, on-base percentage of 400. What did he have here? 38 home runs, 119 RBIs. A very, very good season indeed. So that is that. Now, I know that people are going to want to have a look at individual numbers, so let's go and have a look at that. All right, let's start with the batting leaders. I'll get the mouse cursor out of the way so you can see here. We've combined the league, so this is overall in Major League Baseball, the numbers. I'll leave it there so you can have a quick look through. A lot of these numbers don't mean, to be honest, as I said, I'm not an expert on the game of baseball, so I'll leave it there and you guys can make your own comparisons. Let me know, just based off these numbers, if you think that the awards that were handed out at the end of the season were fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to argue, really, when you see how the votes played out. It's not like it was close. So I suspect that, yeah, there's not too many debates going to be had. But let me know what you think in the comments. And here are the pitching leaders. So deGrom leads the way on ERA. Again, this is the both leagues combined. So we're looking at Major League Baseball as a whole here. I'll leave it there for just a little more so you can have a quick look. Look at Detroit getting a man up there. And we can scroll down and you can see the bottom two there. Noah Syndergaard leading the way on WAR. 7.3, is it? Yes. So that's reverse WAR. That's something else. I don't know what that means. So there we go. That is the 2020 Major League Baseball season as predicted. Do you want to see fielding leaders too, actually? That might be something that's interesting. So here is the fielding leaders. But there we go. That is Out of the Park 21's prediction for Major League Baseball this 2020 season. As I said, let me know what you think in the comments. Did it get it right? Are the Yankees the favourites to win this season if it does take place? They're always up there, aren't they, the bastards? Anyway, guys, as I said, there is going to be some general Let's Plays that I'm going to be doing starting very, very soon. So make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Make sure if you've enjoyed this video, hit thumbs up so more people can see it. And until next time, guys, I've been Aussieville, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.